Okay, so let's talk about the WNBA just a little bit. Let's talk about women's basketball just a little bit. Why not? Because everybody is still very much excited about it, and there's all these other stories that are swarming around. Caitlin Clark's salary was released, her WNBA salary, and everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people went crazy about it. They were upset. They talked about how, you know, the WNBA players should be making more, as I believe they should. But also some of these levels of outrage, in my opinion, have been a bit ill-informed. And what we have to understand is the WNBA is a new league. It's going into its 28th year, which by all intents and purposes is an incredible feat all by itself. But with that comes struggle. The league is still here. The league has survived through the ebbs and flows that any business possibly, or that we would know, would go through. And so when I'm thinking about the outrage with the salary, which is understandable, and I'm also thinking about the marketability of these athletes, I think we're at a crossroads here. And I think it's an opportunity for us to communicate through that, and also an opportunity for the WNBA to step up. And interestingly enough, I was having this conversation with a really close friend of mine earlier in the week when all of this chaos and confusion and conniption and upsetness broke online again when Caitlin Clark's salary was released. And my friend said, you know, at the end of the day, yes, people need to support the WNBA. They need to go buy tickets. They need to go buy merch. But also, this is a marketing issue. And I have to agree with her. And I think the WNBA is in prime position to do better. It's so funny, like, to think that this is so long ago. But it's crazy to me. But there was a series that Nike pushed out that was themed around the Little Rascals. And it was led by Kyla Pratt, who I absolutely love. One of the best actresses, I feel, just in the history of the small screen for certain. And it was with some of the stars of the WNBA at that time. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Tina Thompson. It was brilliant, right? And I felt like at the inception of the league, those first few years, not only did we have the Houston Comets dynasty and other stars in the league, but we also had this incredible marketing push that made the WNBA attractive to people, that made these players human to people, that made them tangible to people. And then we lost that. I don't know why. Maybe it's money. Okay, I'm not in the infrastructure of the WNBA, but I think that was a big turn for the league for a number of years where it's almost like it was here, but it wasn't. You didn't pay much attention. And now we're here at the apex of arguably one of the biggest corners that women's basketball has ever turned. The most popular, in my opinion, rookie class that the game has ever seen entering into the draft, and a great time for the WNBA to maybe review some of the things that worked in the past. And so now the question for me is, dear WNBA execs, front office leads, marketing gurus, how do you intend to take all this momentum and turn it into money? And not just from selling tickets, not just from selling merch, not just from fans coming to the games. How do you intend to make the league and the players in the league attractive to potential game goers or just fans? And A'ja Wilson and everything that's going on around her right now brings about another point to this. People are literally arguing that she's not marketable. So on one hand, Caitlin Clark is staring down the barrel of a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike with a shoe deal attached to it, has not played one WNBA game, has not had proven success at the pro level, and she's already getting a shoe deal. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson has a laundry list of accomplishments that includes 2 MVP awards, okay, and 2 national championships for the Aces. Or I should say world championships. They call it world championships in the pros. So I'm a little bit confused as to how she's not marketable. Now, we did see a prototype that was revealed for a potential A'ja Wilson shoe. It was kind of cool. It looked a little different. That came out a couple weeks ago as well. But the reality is it's not here yet. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it's not here yet. But there are people that are literally arguing that Caitlin Clark is marketable and A'ja Wilson is not. And my argument is this. Why not? Now all of a sudden black women aren't marketable. We make the world go round. And you can fight me on this. Black women are literally one of the most marketable beings on planet Earth. And now all of a sudden, to excuse Caitlin Clark's deal and to justify it, we say that A'ja Wilson, literally the face of the league, is not marketable. I need to understand that. I need to understand, Nike, why you have 3 players in the WNBA with shoe deals, and none of them are black women. And it's okay that you have deals with the women you chose, but where's the diversity in that? What else does someone like Angel Wilson have to do? I'm confused here. And I'm really, really happy that Angel Reese's jersey sold out, because we know Caitlin Clark's jersey sold out, and as it should have. Again, no shade to Caitlin Clark. She's deserving of everything that she's receiving. But on the other end of that, ladies and gentlemen, now we see Angel Reese. All her Chicago Sky uniforms have sold out. So the argument that black women aren't marketable, again, good night to that. It doesn't sustain itself. I was so happy when Angel Reese's jersey sold out. I was so excited because it literally dispelled any level of rumor or myth that Caitlin Clark is the only truly marketable player in the league. It's so far from true. And I want to pose this to you guys as I'm kind of closing this thing out here. And mind you, my thoughts may be a bit jumbled because I'm excited and kind of all over the place. But I personally don't think that the WNBA should put all of their marketing eggs, and even other brand sponsors like Nike, all your marketing eggs in the Caitlin Clark basket. I think you need to spread that around. What if, and I don't wish her ill at all, but what if Caitlin Clark doesn't deliver on the promise that everybody else is making for her at the next level? Or what if she doesn't deliver right away? What happens? Because my concern is people's loyalty is so fleeting. They'll move away from the game of basketball, the game of women's basketball. They'll stop buying tickets. They'll stop watching games. They'll stop watching them on television. They'll stop buying merch. They'll stop because Caitlin Clark didn't deliver. So why set us up this way? Spread the wealth. There's so many incredible, talented women of all different races that play in the WNBA that deserve an opportunity to get some shine. And why not wrap your marketing schemes around a more inclusive way to showcase this league? I just don't think putting that particular level of load on Caitlin Clark is going to fare well for the league in the long run. Now, the league is going to do what it's going to do. The talent is going to continue to be exceptional. It's going to get better and better and better as we move on. But this is an opportunity for the WNBA to make a statement and to move into a place, I believe, economically that they've never seen before. I think that it's irresponsible of them to not ensure that they're incorporating other players in this narrative outside of Caitlin Clark. Now, mind you, again, the media plays a role in a lot of this. This is not to say the WNBA, their execs right now are not trying to find ways to make sure that they're getting the message out and they're showcasing all the other players in the league. But I think they're going to have to really put their foot on the gas and make a concerted effort to show that, because the media has decided Caitlin Clark is the person. She is the savior. She is the second coming of the best you'll ever see from women's basketball and the best you've ever seen. Now, I would argue differently. I think she's one of the greatest shooters and scorers the women's game has ever seen. But GOAT talk, argue with your mama, not me. But I'm not into the GOAT conversation with Caitlin Clark. Actually, I'm not even close. But I digress. I want Caitlin Clark to do well, because if Caitlin Clark does well, that means the WNBA does well. But my question is, what if the way that I'm quantifying well is not the same way that other people are, that other mass fans are? Well, to me, it's okay, she comes in and averages 12 a game, gets maybe 5 boards, 5 assists in a rookie season. Meanwhile, these people over here expecting her to drop 25 a game, maybe a triple-double here and there. Now what are we left with? So, dear WNBA, this is a great opportunity for you to make right on some marketing wrongs. This is a great opportunity for you to expose not just the player that everybody's expecting you to expose, but the players, number one, that deserve the exposure, but also the players that people may not even really haven't really tapped into, that also deserve an opportunity. Showcase the stories. Showcase the personalities. That's what puts butts in the seats. The talent speaks for itself. But people want to latch on to the humanity and the tangibility of someone else. Someone else that seems and feels unreal, but you can still touch them. That's the beauty in good marketing. So beyond Angel Wilson getting snubbed, in my opinion, by Nike, and beyond the media bias that I've discussed in previous shows on 3 on 3 Pod, and beyond even my own personal opinion, I want the WNBA to continue to grow and to do well. And I want to be able to look up in a year or two and see those salaries increase on an exponential level. But I believe marketing more than anything is going to do that. So you have the marketing. Give me some fun commercials. And guess what else? We got social media. Social media is right here at our disposal. And I've seen some things released by the WNBA. Kudos to y'all. You're trying. But I think a hard marketing push is necessary. And now that they have the personalities in this rookie class, I just feel like the possibilities are endless. So shout out to Angel Reese for selling out those jerseys and letting everybody know that Black women, yes, we are in fact marketable. So everybody can hush on that argument. And also shout out to Caitlin Clark, who, for all intents and purposes, is really taking this all in stride. I can't imagine if I had that kind of pressure on me, how I would respond, especially at her age. But she's wearing it well. But I really want to stress, I just don't believe putting the future, in this instance, of the league's progression in this pivotal time should rest in the basket of Caitlin Clark alone. We got to spread the wealth. Asia deserves a shoe deal as well. We all know that. That's nothing new. They need Nike, hurry up. You got it done for Caitlin Clark in 2 seconds. So I don't even want to hear about how long it takes. Let's go. And shout out to Asia Wilson for just being a class act and saying, hey, I'm not hating on anybody. Everybody can eat. I'm waiting my turn like everybody else. But that marketability, that marketing, that's going to be the key. And I believe the WNBA can do it. So put your foot on the gas. Make it happen. Peace out.